Many people think that once the oil change is done, everything is good to go. Just pour in new oil and the car will run smoothly. But in reality, there are a few small details after an oil change that, if overlooked, can make your engine operate incorrectly from the very first trips. Sometimes it's just slightly overfilling, tightening something a bit too much, or forgetting to recheck the oil level after the engine runs for a minute. These things seem small, but they directly affect your engine's long-term durability. The good news is, if you remember the next few points, every oil change will actually deliver its full benefits and help your engine stay healthier over time. Take 3 seconds to tap the subscribe button so you don't miss the next videos. 1. Installing a dry oil filter. One mistake many people make when doing their own oil changes, but rarely notice, is installing the oil filter completely dry. You screw it on, tighten it, start the engine like normal, but inside the engine, everything is running with almost no oil reaching it yet. When the filter is empty, the oil pump has to fill it up first before any oil can flow into the lubrication passages. Because of that, during the first few seconds after startup, the engine is operating in a temporary low oil condition that you won't hear or see any warning signs for. If this happens once or twice, it's not a big deal. But if it happens at every oil change, the lifespan of components like the camshaft, bearings, lifters, and more will drop significantly. You won't hear any strange noises and no warning lights will come on, but the wear is still happening, silently. The proper habit is to pour a small amount of fresh oil into the filter before installing it so the filter material can soak up some oil. You don't need to fill it completely. Just getting it damp is enough to prevent the pump from wasting time filling the empty space. After that, you should apply a thin ring of oil around the rubber gasket of the filter. This lets the gasket slide smoothly and seat evenly when you tighten it, preventing issues like the gasket twisting or binding against the mounting surface. 2. A dry oil filter gasket. Another mistake many DIYers run into is installing the oil filter while the rubber gasket is completely dry. At first glance, nothing seems wrong. Screw the filter on, hand tighten it, wipe things clean, done. But a dry gasket grabs onto the metal surface the moment you start turning the filter. As you tighten it further, the gasket can twist slightly, fold on one edge, or shift out of place, all without being noticeable to the naked eye. At first, the car will run fine with no obvious leaks, but once the engine reaches operating temperature and oil pressure increases, oil can begin seeping through those tiny imperfections. What's annoying is that gasket leaks don't always drip dramatically. Sometimes they only create a thin, oily mist around the filter. After a few days or weeks, you may notice the oil level dropping faster than normal. Some cars even leave small spots on the ground overnight, and the owner thinks the engine is burning oil, when the real cause is simply a dry gasket that wasn't lubricated. All it takes is a very thin layer of oil on the gasket. Literally just touch your fingertip in oil and make one wipe around, and the gasket will seat itself perfectly when tightened. 3. Over-tightening the drain bolt. A mistake many people make when changing their own oil is tightening the drain bolt too much. Most assume tightening it as hard as possible is safer and prevents leaks. But with the drain bolt, over-tightening does nothing helpful. It actually causes damage. Oil pans are often made of aluminum, and the threads are quite soft. When you apply too much force, the threads can wear out, deform, or strip. That's when trouble starts. At the next oil change, you may find the bolt strangely loose, or you keep turning it, but the threads no longer catch. The oil pan is usually made of aluminum, and the threads are fairly soft. When you use too much force, the threads can easily wear out, deform, or strip. That's when the problems begin. During the next oil change, you'll notice the bolt feels unusually loose, or you can keep turning it without the threads catching properly. Once the threads are damaged, the repair is not cheap. Some cars need a whole new oil pan. others need the threads repaired. Both options cost far more than simply tightening the bolt correctly from the start. The important thing to remember is that the drain bolt doesn't rely on brute force to seal. It seals because the small crush washer is pressed firmly against the mating surface, not because you torqued it with everything you've got. 4. Driving the car immediately after an oil change. Another habit many drivers have is starting the engine and instantly shifting into gear right after an oil change. It sounds normal, but this is actually the moment when the engine is most likely to run dry. When you've just poured in fresh oil, the entire lubrication system, from the filter to the oil passages to the tiny internal clearances, hasn't been filled yet. The oil pump needs a few dozen seconds to push oil everywhere. If you shift into gear and load the engine right away, internal metal parts are working with almost no protective oil film. You won't hear any noise, and no warning lights will appear. But wear is happening right at that moment. Many people ignore this because they think, it's new oil, what's there to worry about? But new oil does nothing if it hasn't reached the parts that need it. This is especially true after installing a new oil filter, since the filter is always empty at first. The engine has to fill the filter before it can build proper oil pressure. If you press the gas hard right after an oil change, the load on the pistons, camshaft, and crankshaft increases quickly while the oil passages are still empty. Repeat this habit enough times, and the engine's lifespan will slowly shorten without you noticing, until one day the car feels weak, runs hot more easily, or burns more fuel. The correct method is extremely simple. After changing the oil, let the engine idle for 30 to 60 seconds. That's all it takes for the oil to circulate through the entire system, for the filter to fill up, for oil pressure to stabilize, and for every part to be properly lubricated. When the RPM settles and the engine sounds smooth, that's when you can shift into gear and drive normally. Just 1 extra minute of idling can protect your engine for tens of thousands of miles. It's a tiny habit with a huge impact, especially for anyone who wants their car to stay reliable for many years. Comment 1 if you've ever made this mistake. 5. Double gasket. One of the easiest mistakes to make during an oil change, especially for beginners, is forgetting to check whether the old oil filter gasket is still stuck on the engine. When you remove the old filter, sometimes the rubber gasket stays glued to the mounting surface without you noticing. You then screw the new filter on like normal, accidentally stacking 2 gaskets on top of each other. This doesn't cause an immediate leak. So many people assume everything is fine. But once the engine heats up and oil pressure rises, oil will start seeping out through that tiny gap. A small leak may only leave a damp ring around the filter. A bigger one can drip onto the ground under the car. The tricky part is that most people don't connect the issue to the gasket. They think the filter wasn't tight enough, that the filter is poor quality, or even that the engine is burning oil. But the real cause is simply the old gasket being left behind. If you drive far or at high speeds while oil is leaking and you don't realize it, the oil level can drop faster than you'd expect. Low oil means higher engine temperature, heavier operation, and accelerated wear, all because of one skipped step. Preventing this mistake is extremely easy and doesn't take a single extra minute. After removing the old filter, wipe the mounting surface clean and run your fingers around it. If you feel a rubber ring, remove it immediately. Make sure the surface is flat, clean, and has only one gasket, the one on the new filter. That's all it takes to eliminate oil leak risks after an oil change. It's a simple but very important step that keeps oil pressure stable and protects the engine every time you perform maintenance. 6. Draining oil when the engine is cold. One habit many people think is normal, but is actually harmful, is draining the oil when the engine is still cold. When the car hasn't been running and the oil hasn't warmed up, it becomes thick and sticks to the internal surfaces. You remove the drain bolt, the oil flows out, but sludge, deposits, and old oil remain trapped inside. It may look like you drained everything, but in reality, you only drained the easy-flowing portion. The dirtiest stuff is still inside. Then you pour in fresh oil, and it mixes with whatever old oil is left behind. The result is that even after an oil change, the oil inside the engine isn't fully new. Those old contaminants dilute the new oil and reduce its lubrication ability. A lot of people wonder why their car doesn't run smoothly after an oil change, why the engine still sounds rough, or why the oil turns dark unusually fast. The main reason is draining the oil while cold, which prevents the engine from being properly cleared out. This is especially problematic for older engines. The longer the engine has been in use, the more buildup it has, and draining cold oil becomes even less effective. The correct method is extremely simple. Before changing the oil, let the engine idle for 3 to 5 minutes. You don't need to drive anywhere. Just let the engine warm up slightly so the oil thins out. When oil thins, it carries the contaminants with it and flows out much more easily. You'll notice the oil draining smoother, darker, and more uniform, meaning it's pulling more debris out. And when you pour in fresh oil, the engine is truly refreshed. 7. Overfilling the oil. Overfilling the oil is one of the most common mistakes people make when doing their own oil changes. Many assume a little extra won't hurt. More is better than not enough. But the reality is the exact opposite. When the oil level is too high, the crankshaft at the bottom of the engine will whip the oil repeatedly, just like stirring water in a bucket. This churns the oil into tiny bubbles. Once oil becomes aerated, it can't lubricate properly because those bubbles are filled with air. The engine needs a thick, stable oil film, not an oil-air mixture, and running for just a few minutes with aerated oil can accelerate wear on bearings, pistons, and metal surfaces far faster than you'd expect. Many cars develop a light rattling sound during acceleration after an oil change, or they feel heavy or sluggish or heat up quickly. The owner often has no idea why, since the dipstick still shows a full reading. But that's exactly the problem. It's too full. Foamy oil causes unstable oil pressure, triggers inaccurate sensor readings, and can even blow out seals or cause leaks at weak gaskets. Some cars will even trigger a check engine light because the system detects abnormal oil pressure. Overfilling seems like being extra careful, but in reality it puts unnecessary stress on the engine. The fix is very simple. When adding new oil, don't pour the full amount listed in the manual all at once. Add gradually, a little at a time, and keep checking the dipstick. And remember, the car must be parked on a level surface for the dipstick to be accurate. 8. Not checking again after starting the engine. One mistake many people make after changing their oil is closing the hood right away and not checking anything else. It seems like the oil change is done, but there's actually one more very important step. Start the engine and check the oil level again. When you first pour in the new oil, all of it is still sitting in the oil pan. But as soon as the engine starts, the oil filter pulls in some of it to fill up, and oil passages begin circulating. This causes the oil level on the dipstick to drop. If you don't recheck it, your engine could be running low on oil without you even knowing. Some cars won't trigger a warning light when the oil is just slightly low. You might drive for a few days before noticing the engine feels a bit dry, makes a light knocking noise when accelerating, or runs hotter than usual. That happens because the oil level that seemed correct at first actually dropped after the engine ran. Even worse, if you left a bit of old oil leaking around the gasket or didn't tighten the drain bolt properly, the oil loss will increase over time. That's why starting the engine for 1 minute, shutting it off, waiting a few seconds, and checking the dipstick again is the quickest way to know everything is truly okay. Beyond the oil level, this recheck step also helps you detect leaks early. This is when the oil filter and drain bolt are most likely to reveal issues, since fresh oil is clean and shiny and very easy to spot if a drop seeps out. Just look under the car or around the filter and you'll know right away if there's a problem. If you catch it early, tightening it takes only a few minutes, but if you ignore it, you could lose half a quart of oil on the road without realizing it. 9. Using the wrong oil specification. One mistake that seems harmless but can cause major engine trouble is using the wrong oil specification. Many people look only at viscosity numbers like 5W30 or 0W20 and grab any bottle that matches. But every engine is designed to run on a specific oil standard, not just viscosity, but also additives, heat resistance, and compatibility with turbochargers or variable valve timing systems. What many drivers don't know is that modern engines, especially turbocharged ones or engines with direct injection, are extremely sensitive to the oil you use. Cheap oil with the wrong spec can create more carbon buildup, clog the oil filter, cause light knocking, and shorten turbo lifespan. Some cars will even trigger warning lights if the oil viscosity doesn't match the engineered requirement. Even worse, if your car is still under warranty, using the wrong oil can cause the manufacturer to deny engine-related repairs, losing your warranty benefits just because you tried to save a few dollars. The right approach is simple. Take the owner's manual from the glove box or check the label under the hood. Manufacturers always list the correct oil type. Don't choose based on assumptions, and don't upgrade to a thicker oil thinking it's safer. 10. Ignoring oil warnings. One of the most common mistakes drivers make is underestimating and ignoring oil warnings on the dashboard. Many people see the oil light turn on, but keep driving for days thinking it's probably just a sensor issue or the car still runs fine. But the oil warning light is not something that appears for fun. It monitors temperature, pressure, oil quality, and even your driving conditions. When it turns on, it means the system has calculated enough data to know the oil is no longer protecting the engine properly. If you ignore it, the engine may still run, but internally it's heating up faster and wearing out more. Many modern vehicles also record oil change history in the ECU. That means every time you skip or delay an oil warning, the system remembers. And when you take the car in for service or try to sell it, technicians only need to plug in a scanner to see how many times you postponed maintenance. Taking care of your car doesn't need to be complicated. It just requires paying attention to small details after each oil change. Simple habits like checking the oil level, looking for leaks, using the correct oil type, and following the proper procedure will significantly extend your engine's lifespan. These small steps help you avoid costly repairs and keep your car running smoothly for years. Did this video help you out? Subscribe to help us reach 30,000 subscribers.